Greetings, this is Team 1, Box Cubed. We are Sean, Joshua, and Kayla, and this is our final report. So our goal was to perform ASU's Ode to Joy with 3 instruments made out of household objects. The 3 instruments had to be 1 wind, 1 percussion, and 1 stringed instrument. Additional restraints were to keep the price of each instrument under $15, meet the time constraint, play the song, and fit all the instruments into a 2 by 2 by 2 foot box. Kayla, take it away.
Hi, I'm Kayla. So I'll be presenting the stringed instrument. First, it's in the 2 by 2 by 2 box. It's just a single string across the top. And the way that you work it is you adjust the tension of the string by holding it at different places. So I'm going to hold it and then pluck it. And you can hear as the frequency changes, you can produce different notes. So the starting design was actually a box with multiple strings across, and I ended up changing it because I wanted to go with a simpler design, and that's how it came out to what it is now. It's very low cost. It only costs less than $3 because you only have to purchase the band. The box is already included. I learned a lot from this. Basically, the simpler the design, the more skilled the player has to be. So you definitely have to pay attention and have an ear for the notes to be able to produce them consistently. And if I could make any improvements to my design, I would definitely make markings on the string to be able to produce the notes consistently. We all know how it works. I already went over that, so go ahead.
All right, so our wind instrument is a PVC flute. This was the original design. It was actually supposed to be played horizontally. We ended up going with this design here, pictured, and at this, I'm going to do a quick demo to show that it works. So pretty easy to do, kind of like a recorder. So the cost itself came out to about $425, and that is just 3 materials. It's a 3/4, 2 feet of 3/4 inch PVC, 1.5 inch of 1 inch PVC, and then a used wine cork. The learned lessons, the big thing for me was to just start a little bit earlier and begin experimenting with your design so that you don't end up having to change your design last minute because what you thought would work wouldn't. And as for improvements for this, a couple of the holes are a little bit offline, so that could have been done better. And you could also have a couple more if you wanted to play a few more notes.
All right, and I'm Josh. I'll be talking about the percussion instrument, or the kind of the kalimba. This is the original design. It's basically that there's metal rods or little pieces of metal that you're able to flick down to be able to make sound. And we're looking at approximately 9 inch by 6 inch. We ended up looking like this, and I'll give you a quick demonstration. So the box is just like this. And then it's also made so that if you wanted to be able to swap notes, you're just able to replace the top. And definitely some of the things did change from the beginning. For example, we did make the top replaceable. We went from a circular metal to flattened out aluminum, which would help reduce the cost as well as just create a larger reverberation. We switched over to particle board to be able to reduce cost. And we flipped from a single metal constrainer to 3 metal rods to be able to keep the tines down. Some learned challenges was definitely being able to keep all the tines in place so they didn't move around and effectively retune the instrument. And I think for future improvements, we would just figure out a more effective way. Well, for one thing, to make the aluminum prettier. And then secondly, to get them to stay in place a lot more effectively. So overall, the price was dramatically lowered from what the original instruction was. That only cost $1.79 for the full thing. So in conclusion, we'll be able to provide a rubber banded box Sean will be able to perform a flute, and I will be using the kalimba. The three instruments are able to perform Ode to Joy. We have some references that we've used in making the instruments. And that's it. Thank you for being part of our presentation.